I love Veigar. I'm basically a Veigar one-trick right now. I loved watching him by Lava. But I think this is one of the worst picks they could have picked into this draft because he has extremely low range, will only be reliant, in this case, he's going to be reliant on setting up a lot of combos. He will have a ton of speed with Yuumi, right? He's going to go Predator. He's going to maybe get that Dead Man's Plate build going again if he has an early lead. He scales incredibly well, so you can match the Corki's damage.
That's what he saw, and he is going to bring it in once again as we do hop onto the Rift here for game number 1.
In that game with the Veigar. If Showmaker doesn't have the same opportunities, it's going to take him longer to get those stacks as he is in danger. But not really.
However, Event Horizon lasts for like 4 seconds. So he's totally fine. Ignite was also used by Kyle. And again, they're trying to put on pressure here and trying to force Showmaker to be in a bad spot, but he looks to be pretty much fine, even after the gank.
Yeah, he's going to have a Corrupting Pod charge left here as well, and be just fine. Closer.
Actually, hey, that's a lot of damage. One more auto would have done it, but Canyon's in position, and it turns out to be a bait all in the end. But that was really close. I mean, Showmaker was playing with fire. If that auto went off, he was dead. And thankfully, Canyon was right there. And this is going to mean that Live Sandbox, with this opportunity, with the Veigar going back, they can actually push into the bottom lane and take this dragon. As it does look like Canyon wants to get in here. He's still considering it as Kyle is trying to frontline against level 6 Xinjiao. Canyon is just chunking him down and doing so much work with this Crescent Guard. So Live Sandbox do pick up the dragon, but they have taken a lot of damage. Slow comes in here. Duck Dom looking for the extra kill. He's got a Yuumi on his back, and that will be enough. Flash comes in, and another kill into the pockets of Damwon Kia already.
Rift Herald here only just getting the 2 plates. Showmaker looked like he might want to come over there and intervene, decided not to. As Birdall might find himself in a bit of trouble here as a result.
He does have the needles, but with the Subjugate down, does he have enough damage and sustain? That is the question. The answer is no. As the hook comes down, the Event Horizon this time not quite going to save Showmaker as he had already flashed, and so Live Sandbox.
They did get punished a little bit, but Damwon Kia's gold lead, as much as it has diminished, they still have a great opportunity to keep pulling out plates here with the Zeri pick that's now heading top.
Canyon once more, and he's going to be knocked back by Dove. Nice little dodge there, as Dove will be fine to walk away. Showmaker picking up a nice little plate before we get a little bit too late, as Canyon is still... Okay, Duck Dom's here. Well, that might be the... the end of you, as he'll get the Trundle, but not the Jace, but again, denies the back. Uh-oh. That's multiple people caught in this one. I can't believe you've done this. You ran straight into the Veigar as Kyle is going to die. And that's what happens. He caught 2 people, but one of them dies. And it's kind of funny because now with Everfrost, like, he always used to have this ability, but he was never quite this level. He got some buffs, which make his scaling even better. And now he still has that ability, and with Everfrost, people realize, oh.
And, I mean, this is an inner turret we're looking for here at 20 minutes. So much control of this game is over to Damwon Kia. Like, they can just walk up and take objectives.
Now, Flash is all available. Uh-oh, they caught the Trundle. Down he goes. See ya. That's the end of him. As they also have the final chapter available, so that does get used alongside of the exhaust, just to make sure that they can get that one. Birdle is going to be knocked back here in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to use those needles as he's actually looking for the kill, but he doesn't throw the last bit of the needles in. Showmaker says, I still have my Q, and he'll flash Q and get that kill. And the rest of his team is looking for the cleanup here. Ice still alive, though, as Damwon are having a lot of fun with this one. Diving underneath the turret, looking for the ace, and they will pick it up at 21 minutes.
21 minutes, 11 kills to 4. 2 inner turrets down off 1 play. Not if you go this far up, though, not necessarily.
Yeah, they went pretty far, and Damwon just really don't care about engaging. They press all their buttons, and Canyon got so incredibly low, but he will survive. Crescent Guard now down, but he still doesn't care, as now the Yuumi's on the Zeri's back, and you're not getting away from that, as now Damwon Kia will push into the mid lane and potentially look to end this game.
Like I said, they have so much siege, and they have a Runan's Hurricane now on to the Zeri, so Duck Dom is like, I can kill everything that's in my path. But
as you can see, they're desperately trying to kill those last cannon minions, but it's not quite working out too well. Nice little engage here, but it's onto the Xinjiao. and that is not the target that you are looking for. Once again, Showmaker can always throw those down. Moonlight Vigil goes totally wide, trying to force this engage. Canyon now with no Crescent Guard here, trying to survive. In goes the Gwen, immediately dies as Dom are really trying to force the end of this game. And I think they just might do it through brute force on to this Nexus as, okay, Duck Dom really trying to put an end to the game.
Showmaker doesn't do damage with auto attack.
Oh, he does. He's getting in there, and it's okay, guys. Really, Canyon? Can you please? No! He's not going to end the game. The Nexus will survive.
The Nexus survives, and now that's a ton of gold given over to an Aphelios here. The Corki didn't pick up very many of those kills somehow, but the package was good. The aggressive all-in from Dom1Kia is thwarted at the end.
And you can see they're still looking for the engages here. Uh-oh, Kyle, he's caught in the event horizon last for basically forever, and down he will go. Bertle not doing very well in this fight on the right side, though, as he will back away from that one. Subjugate down, and Krako now is going to be the one that is caught, but not electing to use his ultimate just yet. Krako relatively tanky with his own Force of Nature.
Yeah, and just have to catch these waves. Showmaker and crew ready to set up Event Horizons to siege the Nexus.
Okay, attempt number 2.
Here we go.
I think this time they're going to go for the kills rather than the Nexus. They're just totally ignoring the Nexus and wiping the floor with Live Sandbox. That'll do it. 30 minutes. GG. Dom1Kia will take game number 1. And that was the fun part about the Veigar into this comp. It's like Trundle and Nautilus did 0. I mean, there were a couple of times where they got good engages, but right after that, covered. And okay, they're going to go for it. So heavy focus on the split pushing here, you would have to imagine, with the Ryze Camille combo. It's something we have seen in the past, but Camille has dropped off in terms of early on. Got to be curious to see how they can exert that dominance early on in game number 2.
And so, very strong pick is uh-oh.
Yeah, got into the back line there. Duck Dom having to blow his cleanse. A little bit of a trade as Ice actually ends up taking the most damage out of all of them. Still a lot of potions available, and Flash is still here. Heal not used. Good that they got that cleanse, I would say, out of Duck Dom.
Grabbing that one early can be helpful for follow-ups. But unfortunately for Live Sandbox, they got the Lee Sin this time around. So this is very aggressive.
Kellen got stunned in mid-auto.
At least he's going to need a little bit more backup than he's got now. He cannot solo this.
Yeah, he immediately realizes, I think, he's actually going into this. As Dom1Kia are ready to fight. They do have the rotation and Duck Dom nearby, so I think they're having some confidence of that. And the fact that Ice is not here yet. So with Duck Dom available, I mean, he's only level 5, but still Live Sandbox are going to respect that play as no flash here for Dove. You know, it comes back, not able to get it, but Krako's got a flash, and Kellen will bite the dust. First blood handed into Closer's hands.
This is really critical right now because, well, you know, a little bit less exciting, but like I said before, it's still much better than last year's. So just have to have full this cup right now.
You gotta take your wins when you get them. Really fantastic slam. He's gonna get both Canyon and Showmaker in the trade. Canyon goes down, and now Bertle in a little bit of trouble. He's waiting for that hook shot. He does get it up once again over to the Realm Warp, and he will be escorted to safety by Showmaker as Duck Dom not gonna go for it. Still the cask available, so.
Still pretty good trading here because there's no teleport for Dove. Meanwhile, down here on the bottom side, Krako hoping Duck Dom goes for the aggressive move, and he does.
And he did, flashing away. In goes Krako, easy kick into the back, and Canyon just says, nope, no thank you. I'd rather not. Even Kellen has to use his flash in the back of that play as
Closer.
And the first chains here, the exhaust has to be used. Very helpful for not only Zeri, but also LeBlanc.
Yep. Dom1Kia closing in here. Look at the flank from Birdall. Watch where he goes. Ice is the biggest target. Realm Warp's in.
Now they're thinking about it. Absolutely, they're going to go in for this one. They root him down, but the kick onto Birdall. Do they have the damage for Ice? Yes, they do. And the comp works out. They isolate the Zeri and take him down immediately. But can they clean up the rest of the fight? Closer's still alive here, and they will finally take him down. Even Duck Dom survives. Dom1Kia You just can't best them in team fights.
You really just can't. This team is not going to lose. Only 2 sources of damage.
Oh,
the kick
man.
was good, but this is a Baron follow-up.
Yeah, they even got the Baron. Teleports will come in, the flash, and they might just leave Showmaker to die as he does not have his flash here, but teleports now. On the top side, dodges the chains, but there is the cask, and Bertle says, get away from my friend. I will take you down. Don't touch him. As you can see, they're desperately trying to fight, but they're just so tanky here on the side of Damwon Kia after that last fight, and they'll just get a couple of bonus kills and a teleport. Man. Okay, they get the vision now. Kellen able to proc that as the kick goes in and hits 4 of them. Krako lines it up perfectly. Can they win the fight is the question, though. Closer is so low, and down will go Krako as well. At this point, Damwon Kia just a little bit too strong. Too many threats on their side, and they weren't even able to kill Duck Dom as a triple kill now goes over to the Camille, and that will be the second ace of the game.
They tried to use a really fantastic kick to set up for a front-to-back team fight basically around this Zeri. That CC alone isn't enough. You have to delete the AD carry at this stage because his damage is too high. 4 items here. Showmaker unkillable on this tanky Rise, and they can lock down Ice. Damwon Kia, double win here, back-to-back. Second game a little bit longer. As some shenanigans here.
Bertle saved his life. That was cute.
So unable to find any of those angles. Bertle had the game of his life. And this is why I'm saying Damwon Kia is on this upward trajectory, because the one weak point was the top side of the map. They've now got a clear choice for who that top player is, and he's looking better and better as each passing game goes by.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Season for the POG into the translation, joined by Showmaker and Canyon from Damwon Kia. Congratulations. It was so quick for you guys to get back on the 3rd place. How do you feel, Canyon? I'm happy that we won, and I'm happy that we won 2-0. Twice better. What about you, Showmaker? Yeah, today we got another 2-0. So it feels great. Canyon, I mean, you are winning POG every single day. You are now sitting on 800 POG points so far. You've won POG in every other matches for Damwon Kia. And also you got your 2000th assists in the LCK. How does those records mean to you? Well, 2,000 assists, I guess, yeah, it's been pretty long since I played in the LCK. But I'm looking forward to getting 2,000 kills in the LCK, which means I have to work even harder. And you are the sole #1 of the POG standings in the LCK, so what do you feel about that as well? Well, I think I've won the Player of the Split in 2019, so I'm not really too greedy about it. I hope our team keeps winning. I guess the utmost goal for Canyon is 2,000 kills in the LCK. In game #1, you guys let Corki through. A very high win rate champion currently. Corki definitely has some strong points, but he also has some weaknesses. So we just wanted to, play against it. Canyon, how does Damwon Kia rate Zeri Yumi comp right now? I mean, it's really hard and tricky to play against, but once you know how to play against it, it's not like an OP that cannot be touched, So there are some ways to play against it and kind of counter strategies. Game #1, you decided to play Veigar, a very risky pick, into a poke comp. Could you walk us through that pick? Veigar got some buffs, and also this champion has been getting buffs for 4 patches in a row as far as I know. So I tried it out a lot on solo queue as well, and it was really fun to play. So I wanted to give it a shot. Is that something you prepared for a long term? Not really, I wasn't playing that in order to really try that on stage, but today, what's the right angle, and the coaches gave me the go, so I was able to try it out. And Canyon, as soon as you hit level 6, you actually rotated towards Drake, not the top lane. I knew that I was the only level 6 jungler, and also prior to that, the opponent junglers was trying to play around the Drake, so I had the confidence to kind of outplay around the Drake with the level advantage. But you guys were one auto away from breaking down the Nexus, and the opponents were able to ace out the Tamakia players. So what happened exactly? I mean, I think we made a lot of mistakes under the Nexus turrets. So, still, but we were having a great lead, so we kept the presence of mind, and we wanted to try one more time, and we were able to close out the game. The Showmaker, in Game 2, you decided to play around Camille against a very strong LeBlanc Lee Sin comp. And we could see on camera Danny giving a lot of advices to Bertle. Could you tell us about that draft? Camille is a very, difficult champion, and it requires a lot of confidence. So he really needs to, have all the info about how to play Camille. So I guess Danny was giving him those details. Taman Kia was able to turn the entire fight around, the game around with one fight around this Cloud Drake. So we just kind of, because we were behind, we wanted to do something or we're gonna lose. So I wanted to round warp over together with Sinjao in order to 100-0 that Zeri, and it kind of worked out well. Who was the main shot caller at that moment? I said, Kenyan, let's go downwards with my ult. And he was like, yeah, sounds like a good idea. So we wanted to try that out. But did you think that you'll be able to just win that team fight so hard? Because I had 2 items at that point, I was pretty sure that we'll be able to kind of win team fights after on. While I was watching that, I was so surprised because you are 3-0 on Rise, one of the most, unbelievable stat here in the LCK. So what do you think of Rise future here in the LCK? I know he's sitting on a very low win rate, and also a lot of people say once you lock in Rise, it's automatically losing the game. But as long as you can play that well, it's not that bad. I hope other players can also boost the win rate of Rise. You are the best Rise player for sure right now. So do you think that the opponents will use a ban card to remove that Rise? If that day comes, I'm gonna be so happy. And your next opponent and the last opponent of the first round robin will be DRX, another team on a very good momentum. So what does it take for you guys to beat DRX? DRX is on a very good winning streak, and also their fundamentals look very solid. So I think as long as we can perform as hard as we can, we'll be still able to get the victory. First off, TRX, they are having new lineup, but especially Zeka, his laning phase is on point. So I think I have to play out the lane very well. And this is the interview from Showmaker Kenyan from Taman Kia. I'm going to pass it back to Atlas and Chronicler. Thank you.